We are often advised to prioritize kindness and the needs of others over our own. But does anyone warn us about the potential dangers of being overly kind and caring? We live in a world where our generosity may not always be reciprocated, as some people end up feeling emptied, both financially and emotionally, by their giving. Could being too kind even put our own lives in danger? It's surprising to think about the negative consequences that can occur when you're kind. Today, I'll discuss 8 negative things that can happen to you if you're too nice and provide 4 effective strategies to prevent people from taking advantage of you. Let's move on to number 1 without further ado. You may have excessively high hopes for people. The Stoics suggested that we should accept things as they are and not rely on others to make us happy. Giving without expecting too much in return can prevent disappointment and cultivate emotional detachment, leading to a calmer mindset. Subconsciously, it's challenging for us to be entirely selfless when we give. When we give our all, we tend to expect the same in return, especially when we're the ones in need. By constantly doing things for others, you may inadvertently lead them to take your efforts for granted, assuming you can handle everything in their lives and yours, neglecting your own needs. Ultimately, your expectations of reciprocity might not be met, resulting in a sense of disappointment, fatigue, anger, and sadness. Yet, objectively speaking, it's not that others are letting you down, they're simply attending to their own tasks. People will come to expect more from you, leading them to take you for granted. The second point is that people will only expect you to give to them. The Stoics emphasize the importance of acting in good and rational ways to find true value, rather than merely fulfilling others' desires. Moderation and balanced giving allow you to remain in control of your actions and avoid habits that could harm your mental well-being. People are creatures of habit, adapting to routines and surrounding circumstances. The comfort zone concept arises from this inclination, and constantly giving to others can perpetuate their dependency, as they become accustomed to your assistance, neglecting their own responsibilities. Hence, if you fail to value yourself, don't expect others to encourage you to look after yourself, especially from those you've helped. They will likely prioritize their own needs. The third point is that your goals won't be considered. The Stoics highlighted the importance of living by reason and virtue, placing our own obligations first to preserve balance, and avoid sacrificing our identity and well-being for others. Prioritizing others' needs over your own may act as a distraction from internal struggles and fears. If you find yourself feeling discontented when alone or arriving home to an empty house, it might indicate that you are trying to escape from yourself. This avoidance of self-care can exacerbate negative feelings when placing others' needs ahead of your own. Self-care is a vital component of good health. Before assisting others, ensure you are content, cared for, and at peace, just like how you wouldn't offer someone a chocolate unless you had enjoyed one yourself. The fourth point is that people might perceive you as weak and treat you accordingly. By exercising self-discipline, one can convey strength and self-mastery, commanding respect from others instead of being perceived as weak. If you habitually help others excessively, you may find yourself mired in a situation where you are regarded as an expert in your field, but not in a positive light. Failing to set boundaries may lead others to view you as weak, leading them to offload their responsibilities onto you. Instating boundaries is crucial to discerning true allies from those seeking to exploit you, protecting your time and energy from being misdirected, ensuring you invest them where they truly matter. The fifth point focuses on recognizing energy vampires and distancing yourself from them. Exercise self-control and wisdom to discern which relationships are beneficial and which ones are emotionally draining. Steer clear of individuals who continually exhaust your mental reserves and offer no reciprocal benefit. Taking such proactive measures signifies exerting self-discipline and prudence in managing your relationships, enabling you to conserve your mental well-being and channel your efforts into fruitful endeavors. The sixth strategy is to pay attention to your emotions, understanding that they convey meaningful information. Embracing self-awareness as advocated by Stoic philosophy reflects the critical significance of acknowledging your feelings and desires. Sensitivity to your emotions enables you to gauge whether your actions result in emotional exhaustion and psychological strain, helping you calibrate a healthy balance. ensuring that your benevolence doesn't become a source of frustration, enabling you to discern when you are spreading yourself too thin. The seventh strategy is to not hesitate to say no, recognizing that your time and energy are precious. Cultivate the strength and discernment to decline unfair requests or obligations that overstretch you. Although uttering the word no might stir unwelcome emotions, it is imperative to master the courage to deploy it wisely to maintain your autonomy and avert unnecessary stressors. The final strategy is to reserve time and space for oneself. Nurturing self-respect through the Stoic philosophy of self-discipline entails designating dedicated periods to cater to your personal well-being and interests, thereby safeguarding your vitality. This necessitates firm assertiveness in safeguarding your time and space, delineating clear boundaries to prioritize your self-care without compromise. In summary, Stoic wisdom espouses balance in all aspects of life, including generosity. Striving to strike a harmonious equilibrium between catering to others' needs and preserving your own well-being is essential to avoid feeling drained, emotionally depleted, and possibly financially strained. As a final recourse, the wisdom to recognize and graciously employ the word no empowers individuals to safeguard their emotional and mental vitality, enabling them to exercise discernment in cultivating relationships that enrich their lives.